Hey guys, this is Hamad from Code Genie, and today I am gonna talk about Elixir, a functional programming language. So guys, this is my first video, so please hit like and comment if you want something to be uploaded related to Elixir. So there are more videos coming related to Elixir, and so guys, let's dive right into it. So Elixir. So about functional programming. Now functional programming is quite a bit different from object oriented. Why? Because here there are no classes or objects. In functional programming we have especially in Elixir we have modules, and then we have functions, and we there are multiple functions inside a module that we can call, and so the mindset is quite different from object oriented. And if you're coming from object oriented background, then I think it's a little bit excited in my opinion, or you can say that some people just might grasp it more easily than the others. It's just a mindset. And the code is really easy to maintain because of the structure of how it works, about the module system, and about the config and all of these files. So the maintainability of the code is easy. About Elixir. So Elixir is created by Jose Vellum. There are some things that he didn't like about Ruby, so he thought maybe I created my own programming language. So for Elixir is fault tolerant and very scalable, very fast, and there are some really cool features about it, which I will talk later. So Elixir runs on Erlang VM, which is very fast, and quite a while the Erlang VM is here. So Elixir is used in web development, but there are various domains that it can be used, like transportation sector or web development, or there are any domain that you want to implement it. So there are no limitation in it. So data structures. Now if we talk about the data structures in Elixir, we have lists. Now lists are similar to arrays. You can type of data, so it's a linked list, and then we have a tuple, in which we can store a key value pair inside a list, and then we have a map. Now these structures are very important and we use them a lot in Elixir. So map is similar. We have a data in the format of a key value pair, like in a JSON. Uh, so next, data types. Now data types are pretty similar to any other programming languages, but there are addition to atoms which we call symbols in Ruby. So we use atoms a lot in Elixir. Atoms are immutable, so once you define them you cannot modify or change them. Now I will talk about the cool features of Elixir in my opinion. Again, everyone has their own opinion. So number one, I think, is pattern matching. Now it's a very cool new feature. You can just get anything from the params or the map which you want, just pattern match it. Okay, I can give you an example in the following videos. We can cover it. And then there are macros. They are very powerful if you know what you are doing. They provide quite a lot strong features. One I like most is that we don't have to implement same thing again and again, so it will take care of the code duplication. And then the gen servers are very good and very efficient. And then again, like I said before, immutability is one of the, I think, cool features of the Elixir. And there are cards. So cards are basically when you want to check some data type, or want to execute a function based if that condition is true. So they are very handy. I mean, you just add one line and just take care of, if it's a map then you can execute this function, if it's a list you can execute this function. So very handy. And then there are umbrella apps are very I mean, this concept is very useful. Why? Because imagine this, you have a very big enterprise level application, and it's really hard if you have that much code in single application to maintain and to change anything. So what you can do is you can just divide into smaller apps, like separate each major functionality into a separate app, and then you can combine it together. So it's really easy to maintain, and these are dependent upon each other and they work fine. So it's really cool neat feature in my opinion. So next framework, now the framework Phoenix for Elixir, and it's a model controller architecture MVC, like most of the frameworks like ROR and .NET, etc. And now it's little bit similar to Rails, because why it's similar to Rails, because just like the atoms and here the web symbols and the functions, we don't use return. It just execute and it just return the last value it has. So syntax is very similar to Ruby, and actually there are a lot of Ruby developers that are switching to Elixir. So uh, that's why it's little bit similar to Rails in the framework also. So a lot of neat features. We have MVC, then we have templates, we have views, we have controllers. So I think if you are coming from Rails background, then you can grasp these concepts easily. So the default database support is for Postgres. Made a new application uh, in Phoenix. It can give you default configuration for Postgres. You just have to change the password and the username, and that's it. And it works well. Postgres is really a very strong SQL database. So the database related task is done by Ecto, and it's really powerful, and its query syntax is little bit different from SQL, not that different, but it has its own syntax for querying, and it provides all the basic functions and that we require for database operations. So Ecto provides four major modules like repo, change set, and schema, and query. Now change set is basically for validating our data before inserting it into the database, and the repo function is just for transactions like getting a record from the database, and schema is basically a wrapper, not a wrapper, like it maps our database table to the Elixir structs, and the query is just for the query any record from the database based on some specific conditions. So guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoy this video about introduction of Elixir, and if you have any suggestions, please comment them, and hit like if you think this video is useful. And there are more videos coming related to Elixir, and of course related to Phoenix. If you want something to see, then please mention it in the comment. I will try to cover it in my coming videos. So guys, I will see you in my next video. Happy coding.